Oh, Lord. Well, it turns out that earlier this morning, Mark Rosewater announced on the internet through Epic Stream, that's where I found out at least, that he is going that they're going to be changing the block system. It's no longer going to be the fucking 2 block per set thing anymore, and it's no longer going to be a large set and then a small set. Cause really, he pretty much figured out, like the rest of us, that it's a bunch of bullshit having these smaller sets. Uh, dragging out the story as long as it possibly can go. It's just annoying and frustrating, especially if we're having a difficult time finding any consistency and anything in standard that really hold on to and enjoy the experience. A lot of people, I mean, they're frustrated, reasonably so. There's no diversity in standard right now. There's pretty much just one fucking Hitler of a deck right now, and people hate the fuck out of it. And I don't know if they're gonna ban it because honestly, I can't even remember when was the last time they banned these many cards in standard. They banned like 4 or 5 already. Just ridiculous. Why the hell? I mean, and I think a lot of it, a part of that too, is that they're spending so much time with bullshit sets and spending too much time on one plane when the story just really isn't that good. And this goes on to another topic. Why the hell we've been spending so much time on this whole Gatewatch story. And thank God he finally realized that it was a bunch of bullshit too. The fact that we had to spend so much time on the Gatewatch story, and they dragged out the story. They tried to make it interesting, basically tried to make it Wizards of the Coast, their version of the Avengers, the Justice League. It basically, I mean, it was stupid. They should have never have done it in the first place, or if they did, it was pretty much should have been to stop the Eldrazi or the Phyrexians, which is another thing. I would have rather had seen them wait for at least another few years after the Battle for Zendikar block for them to reintroduce the Gatewatch, and it would probably be to kind of help Karn get rid of the Phyrexians. And if anyone wants to get on to me about the lore or anything like that, because again, I'm not an expert on the lore, I play the game. I'm a card game enthusiast in terms of playing the game. I don't care. I couldn't give 2 shits and or a fuck about this, about the lore, about any specifics, but that's as much as I know. That Karn lost his memories and he's pretty much fucked up like multiple times, and I think he could use some help back on Mirrodin, which is now New Phyrexia. But honestly, I honestly think that it would have been a lot more interesting if they got the Gatewatch together to take on something that they actually needed to get together to take on in the first place. Like, why they needed to be on Kaladesh was completely stupid. The fact that they got Liliana to join that bullshit fest, it made no sense to me at all. So, I mean, it's good that they're finally going to disband it, or at least put it on the back burner. I don't give a fuck about the Gatewatch. I don't care. The funniest thing too is that they're gonna get rid of the masterpiece sets too, which is just awesome because so many people they love all these masterpieces. They love all these awesome, cool foil reprints. Me personally, I think it's a bunch of bullshit. I mean, don't use it as an excuse to sell sets. You know, don't use it as an incentive for people to waste money. If your set is good, we'll buy it. Okay, don't put these shiny foil reprints in there. Make good fucking cards for standard. Make good cards that balance out the format. Make good cards, period. Okay, don't reprint good cards from the past. Make new good cards. It's not that hard. All you have to do is just use something called research and development, which they seem to have the biggest trouble of doing, because their R&D department sucks dick. If you've been figured out by now, the past year's any indication, they don't know what the hell they're doing. They banned so many cards like, hey, let's just ban Reflector Mage because it's triggering all these dumbass scrubs. They don't know what the hell they're supposed to do now. Put any level of difficulty in these games and people just freak the hell out. Oh wow, I have to deal with this creature. It's frustrating. Smuggler's Copter got banned just because it was in every single deck. I mean, like, that's a reason to ban a card. Oh, it's a well-rounded card, and it sees play in every single deck because it's awesome. Oh, let's just ban it. Really? I still got frustrated over that, and people are going to say, "Oh, well, they're trying to give diversity to the playing field." It already was diverse. There were so many decks that benefited from it. It wasn't like it wasn't that every single player was using the same deck. It was just that every single deck was using the same card. That's completely different. I mean, that's enjoyable at the least. Oh God, I fucking hated this part of BioShock. I hate it when they turn off the lights all the time. Oh my God. But anyway, I mean, it's a good thing that they're changing it again because this sounds like it's going to help fix it, or at least make it more tolerable. I don't know. Let me guys know what you think. I, I'm honestly, I'm cautiously optimistic about it. But again, it does sound a lot better, a hell of a lot better to me than what the fuck they're doing right now. But apparently with the new block Ixalan that's coming out this fall, and apparently it's supposed to. This is supposed to be the last one where they do the whole uh, two sets in a block thing. Now apparently the new change is supposed to be different from the old way that they used to do, where they used to do three sets to a block. They used to have two big sets and then one small one. They're fixing it again to the point where it's not going to be like anything we've seen before. They're going to do more big sets, and honestly, I don't think they're going to do any small sets anymore. They're just going to do big sets. So, yeah, don't expect to see anything like Aether Revolt or Hour of Devastation again after Ixalan block. So, what it sounds to me like they're going to do is that, and he made it sound like that they were going to spend more time on in blocks that are actually good. Like, we're gonna have more than one set if the story demands it, which that sounds good to me because I'm tired of being like Khanta Tarkir. That block was kind of painful to kind of go throughout. I felt like they kind of dragged that story along, and it really didn't. I mean, the cards didn't really interest me that much. So I'm glad to see that we're not going to suffer long periods of time on the same plane. And this is going to be good for the game because it gives us more diversity in the cards, and it's actually going to have to make them work harder to kind of balance out standard, which I'm not sure if that's entirely a good thing because they've pretty much proven that they don't know what the hell they're doing. give them any give them any expectations and they're going to struggle because they don't know how to do shit. I mean, they've had some good sets. Like a Kaladesh was pretty decent. Aether Revolt wasn't too bad, but I don't know. I am cautiously optimistic. Again, I think that it's a good thing that we're not getting the same bullshit in the Masterpiece sets. I've said this before that reprinting a whole bunch of cards, it's not good incentive to buy a set. Because first of all, the chance that you pull these are not good anyway. So I'm not guaranteed one every single box I buy. Oh, and I also failed to mention that they are returning the core sets. So rumor confirmed, they are actually going to do that. They're not going to call them core sets anymore though, because for some reason they're just a bunch of assholes and they don't like going back in time and referencing anything that players actually liked. I was kind of against them going a different route, trying to do away with the core sets. I was against that in the first place. Main reason why is because it offered like a breath of fresh air in between blocks. You know, you didn't just have a bunch of bullshit like 3 sets and oh wow, I'm stuck on this plane for a while. Oh cool, at least we have a core set in between, and you know, we don't have to suffer through another one this soon. So it was kind of cool and offered diversity. It offered an easy way to put in answers, to plug in good answer cards for whatever problems may have occurred with the current set. So that was always good. But yeah, I mean, the fact that they're not calling them core sets, I don't know. They're trying to be different. They're trying to be unique and creative. Uh, Fortunately, I feel like they're just going to end up looking like a bunch of dickholes. They're just indecisive. I mean, make up your fucking minds. I mean, I'm okay with I mean, I didn't hate the 2 block thing too much, but I hated the gate watch more than anything. And the fact that 2 sets per block should have been a lot better than what it was. They didn't give it enough time, but honestly, I think it failed in most part because they kept on, pissing people off with the gate watch. Like, who the hell cares? I don't. I'm tired of seeing the same fucking planeswalkers too. So hopefully this new change will take the emphasis away from planeswalkers. I know it probably won't, because all the new players, they love planeswalkers and they love to play with them. So, I mean, who the hell cares? As long as they put good cards in the fucking sets, I mean, that's all I can ask for. But anyway, guys, I think that's all I'm going to talk about this for now. Check out my other videos if you haven't already. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share if you have not already. I do a good job of putting these videos out. I put at least 2 out a day, work my ass off. So please show your support.